This is 303 protectant. All right. Make sure it says protectant. This is used on aircraft to recondition vinyl, rubber, and plastic. And I mean, you can literally, like these guys that have these old DeLoreans with the original 1986 tires on them. You can take this stuff and get a bunch of it in bulk and pour it into a baby pool and lay the tires in there, and they'll absorb it and it'll recondition those tires, if you can believe that. Um, I like it for reconditioning the plastic and rubber and vinyl and stuff. I'm a great fan of Armor All since it first came out. Um, but this goes a little step further for important things. Otherwise, I use Armor All. But I'm going to do this on the shoes because it'll recondition the plastic and rubber and stuff on them, uh, so that they stay like brand new. Um, because we don't want any shoes to fall apart or anything that we sell. So um, I'm going to take and put some in here in this little container. I had some little shot glasses that I normally use, or little medicine cups. I don't know where they are right now. So I'm going to have to use this. Make sure we shake it up good. And it has that milky look like Armor All does. This is like, they didn't sponsor this vlog, but it's like around $20 at Advanced Auto or AutoZone. Only one of them carries it. And you can't get it at Walmart or anything like that. So I conditioned a bunch of shoes the other day, and so I want to get these finished up. Whoops. So that we can get them listed. These came out real nice. These are really expensive boots that I bought secondhand. They are Antonio Milani. And they're mostly all leather. Looks like a leather stacked heel. I'm not sure. Well, no, I don't know that that's leather stacked heel. That may be photographed in. But this feels like leather, but this is not. So I'm going to condition this. Man, these heels look really, really good. I don't know, I won't touch them with anything else. So I'm just going to do these rubber parts. I'm just going to use a brush and put it on. I washed these off a few days ago. Used a brush to clean them on the soles of these shoes. So they should be pretty clean. So that they'll look real good. I like them to be as perfect as I can if I'm going to resell them. They like brand new. Okay. this edge. Some of these came out really good, conditioning them the other day. And I may want to treat them again. Just to get them just right. I don't want to spray them because I don't want it all over the leather. So that's why I'm going to brush it on here. Let's see where we're at. Okay. That one has a tiny little crack in the heel. I'm going to have to fill that. I'm going to lay it on its side. So that it can dry. But these, I want to recondition these again. They just seem like they're a bit dry. Get this edge here. Just like if they were on my own shoes, you know what I mean? That looks real good. I used to have a bunch of heel taps. I don't know that I have anymore. The guy that used to make all the shoes I used to design years ago for the girls in California, he sent me a whole bunch of taps. I mean, probably 100 cents. I think they were still in those other stores. Get these taps done. Well, it was supposed to be in 30s tonight, but it's going to be 40. I suppose that won't include the wind chill factor. Okay. These little booties. And these have mostly an all rubber bottom. I'll have to pick the bits out of that. I don't know if that's a picky thing right now or not. I may just condition them. That hot conditioner won't pull them out. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. Stay warm. working on storages today, moving stuff around, sorting stuff. Still trying to look for my Picard leather conditioner that I just adore. We'll get this heel that's plastic here. Rubber. And I could look up the style numbers and probably see when these were made. But I really don't care. I'll lay this 303 on here. And that'll make sure that this stuff is like brand new plastic or rubber. Ooh. Whoop. Let's see if we can tilt this down here. Use a little bit smaller brush. I don't think that's stacked leather, so I'm going to coat that. Let me get this other brush. I think I'll do the zipper too. Make sure that's good and nice and flexible, because you know these are usually plastic, these zippers. That'll do. This other zipper real quick. Now that I'm thinking of it, these I do want to condition these more. I have absorbed all the stuff, so I want to do them even more. I was hoping to find my Picard today. That's my absolute favorite. That looks good. back to this. These are leather boots. Back the soles are rubber. These are naturalizer, but these are like brand new. So that's why I got them. And I got them dirt cheap. Yard sale thing. Kind of like a flea market thing, actually. So the condition that is rubber and plastic first, then see if we will need to retouch it after it dries, like tomorrow. See if we need to do the edges or anything. To recolor them. That's absorbing, definitely absorbing. So that's nice. Okay, let's do the zipper thing. And that's plastic zipper too. It's really a bummer when you have a zipper blow out on a shoe or something, and then you got to try to find a shoemaker to sew it back in. I wanted to get these soles conditioned as soon as I could, because I want them to look their absolute best. So I can list them as soon as possible, but I want to get these soles done first so they settle real well. All this soaks in real good. It's all dry. And then I can condition them again, some of them. These will probably condition these again too, because they look dry. I mean, you just condition. The thing is that if you ever get to the point where you condition it too much, which is pretty hard to do, then it'll sweat the stuff back out. I have yet to own anything that has sweat the conditioner back out of it. Plus, this gives you a chance to examine and make sure that everything's mating the boot, so you don't have to do any major glue stuff. I get these funny boots, but we're thrown in the trash. They look very hoodoo, but they need to be re-glued. Got a little on that leather, just wipe it off real quick. I was going to do this yesterday and the day before, and I didn't have a chance. Boy, this is really sucking this stuff up. Wow. Zipper here. Okay. Looking good on that one. Okay. Now, these little booties. We're going to have to re-dye that. Now, this is a leather sole. And this is stacked leather here. But this is rubber. We'll have to get the little pick and pull those bits out. So we're just going to do this part right here. Make sure this rubber looks good. These go for about $100 used. These are Justin Ropers. I was talking in the other vlog about a girl I knew that had them in every single color of the rainbow. I couldn't believe it. She was like, yeah, I got all the colors. But she just loved these kind of little booties. Now, I had some red ones or burgundy, I guess they were rust color, that were knee high that laced all the way up. And to me, they looked like army boots, but they were warm and they were kind of fun if you tucked your pants in with them. But I don't even know if I still have those boots. I may not, because so much stuff was stolen out of those storages. Lost just so much stuff. Now these boots appear to be coated. Some people spray this clear coat on leather. These took forever to absorb the condition. It looks like they're still trying to absorb it, but that's because somebody sprayed clear coat on them. So that one's good. Okay. Here's these boots called hunter boots. And they're like, I guess, like rubber rain boots that a lot of resellers like to pick up. But they, I guess they get real cloudy when they sit up. And so they say you're supposed to take olive oil. And wipe it all over. I don't know about doing all that because food products will go rancid. So I just don't know about doing that. That looks pretty good. Okay. These are these shoes. I can't remember if these are mine or not. These are leather soles. That's got to be fixed. But we can do this heel. Right here. That will work. Okay. See if we can get down a little bit more. Just doing the rubber and the plastic. That's all. Okay. Now let's see what we got next. Ah, one of my driving shoes. I love these. Okay. Say they're driving shoes. That's why they have the funny tread on them. So they're designed for you driving your car. Now, if you were to use armor on here, it would make it slippery. But this actually conditions plastic and the rubber and all that. It's not a coating. It will absorb into it. I can see it absorbing when I'm working it here, actually. It's like a rubber. So I was talking in one of the other vlogs, I think it was the Lexol vlog, when we did the Lexol treatment on leather. And I was telling you about my friend who was buying a bunch of Levi's back in like the early 2000s, something like that. And was trashing them up real bad, dragging them by chains out in the fields, kind of thing. And I was like, gross. And he was selling them, bragging about selling them over to Europe, for like $200 a pair and stuff. And I'm like, man, you've lost your mind. Who wants to buy that? But the reasoning behind it was that he was trying to take something sort of like Magnolia Pearl clothes. Have you ever seen their clothes? They're like in the hundreds to thousands of dollars, and they're trashy looking. They're absolute garbage. And uh, they replicate like homeless people. I mean, they come with holes and everything. They're just horrible things. And people will buy it, you know, called Magnolia Pearl. Look it up on the internet. They're just garbage. But it kind of reminds me of that guy and those jeans, because what he was trying to do was make it so when people came to California and they go to downtown LA. Now, LA County covers 3/4 of the state. So if you say LA is a trashy, nasty place downtown. Los Angeles is a trashy, nasty place downtown. I would never tell anybody I was from LA because it's nasty, it's foul. LA is the jail. LA County Jail takes up a huge part of that. It's covered with homeless people that live on the streets. It was bad when I was a kid. Now it's worse now. And it's a very dangerous place to be, day or night. Although the industry, uh, down at Tala and all that stuff, Textile Association, Los Angeles. I used to go down there to get sample fabrics and things. Um, and when I was in college and for fashion design and merchandising, and in high school when I was sewing prom gowns and stuff. And uh, it's just a really bad place. I mean, if you leave your car alone too long, you'll come back and it'll be up on blocks and they've stolen your tires and rims in the daylight. Okay, it's just nasty, pure nasty, foul place. And you walk on the street, it's highly dangerous. Just walking on the street, dudes will run by and rip the gold necklaces off your neck and keep on running and stuff. It's really bad news. But so people would go to downtown LA thinking, oh God, this is great. We'll go to Los Angeles. There's so much history there. And they used to have this lunch place. I don't know if it still exists. It was a buffet place. I can't think of the name of it. Big giant buffet thing. It had been there even before I was born. But everybody would love to go to. I can't think of what the name of it was. And uh, I used to go to downtown LA, take buses downtown LA, because my grandmother, when she would come to California for a portion of the year, she had an apartment in the Biola Hotel at 5th and Biola Street, right next to the LA County Public Library. And my grandmother, Tessie James. And I would take her down to that buffet place if I had a car, or if I took buses or whatever. And we would go down there and and have buffets. She loved to treat me and stuff, and most of the time I paid for it because I didn't want her to spend her money. She was quite elderly. My dad's mom. And but anyway, uh, even when I was a kid, it was a creepy place. Okay. Anyway, people that lived on the streets down there that were homeless, um, and they had big soup kitchen. I think Salvation Army had like a big soup kitchen, so they could go one time a day to go get something to eat for free or whatever, a hot soup, something. And uh, the people lived in cardboard boxes to keep the wind out, to keep them warm. Even though back then, I mean, we didn't get really bad cold weather unless you're up in the mountains like Big Bear or something. But downtown LA and stuff wasn't bad. I mean, to me, bone chilling weather is like 50 degrees, but that's because I was raised in California and I was just used to most all year round it's like 70. Unless you live in the valley, then it gets a little hotter. But um, yeah, so the people on the streets they don't have a lot of clothes, and I mean not all of them push little grocery carts and all that junk. They just have what they have on their back. So a pair of jeans would just last almost indefinitely, and they get ragged and dirty and nasty, and they don't really have any money to wash the clothes or whatever. When they get really junked out, then they just toss them, and you know maybe the Salvation Army or something like that will give them another pair of pants so they can get those old ones in the trash that are really junked up. What on earth is that? I guess that's a little seedling of some sort. And so this guy that was doing these jeans, what he was trying to do was to make the people that were homeless, you know, uh, with the raggedy, holy, nasty, dirty jeans, and make it look like they were, fashionable. So when the tourists would come, they wouldn't go, "Oh, gross, those nasty, dirty people." Well, now they're in fashion because this guy was throwing these Levi's, trashing them all up, dragging them with horse and chains, running them through the fields and over the fences and everything else, and then selling them for hundreds of dollars, and so that people would think they were fashionable. And actually, what he was doing was making downtown LA look like a much better place, and people weren't really paying attention that these people were homeless, that were, sitting on the sidewalk or any of that because they looked stylish. Because the police used to go in the mornings and make them clean up all the mess. They'd make them pick up their cardboard boxes and get rid of them and all that and clean up the streets. So people, weren't scared seeing all these homeless people. And that, LA, downtown LA would be clean looking so people would come down there to shop or whatever or tour around. Um, I mean, I paid like $20 parking one time down there. And I was like, "Do you guarantee my car will be safe?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Great. I'm going to come back and I'm not going to have tires or rims." Um, and so That's what that guy did. And now they got this Magnolia Pearl. I don't know when this company started. Or maybe that's part of him too from years ago. Where they sell these really nasty, derelict looking clothes, like women's clothes, like looking like old farm dresses or something, and they got holes in them and they're nasty, trashy, but they go up to $1,000. Yeah, one out. Now, when I was a kid, if you had a hole in your pants or your shirt, then you like threw it in the trash can because it was garbage. You looked like you were derelict poor, so you threw it in the trash or you used it for a rag for like clean your car or something. You know, you didn't wear stuff like that. And today it's weird because you go in the store, like even at Walmart, they have all these foul jeans and pants, and they've got stains on them. It's like, God, why don't they wash this stuff? And it's like they make it look like that. They're dirty, foul, nasty looking pants with rips and holes, and oh my gosh. And that's like the going thing now. I won't wear any of this stuff like that. It could be the same dude that did those jeans years ago. He might be still doing them in all different fabrics and everything. I mean, even shorts. They'll do shorts like that and sell them new, and they look really trashy. I mean, to me, it's just shocking. It's like gross. This stuff looks like it needs to be washed. I mean, I've seen some really pretty pants, bell bottoms and stuff like that, but they're all nasty, dirty looking and have like wear marks that they put on them, these fake wear marks and stuff. And they're just gross. And these are earth shoe sandals. These I got at a storage auction. And uh, they have real good resale to them. You can get some good money on these. These are the men's fishing sandal, I think it's called. It has this rubber bottom, the rest is all leather. But these are real dry, so I want to get these conditioned up real nice. Like I say, I like my resale stuff to be really primo when I sell it. Got a big chewy tread on it. I think it's interesting because here's somebody took something terrible and made something good out of it. You know what I mean? By doing the trashy jeans, just like the Magnolia Pearl trashy clothes. So when people see homeless and all that, they can't really tell. And it doesn't make California look so trashy when they see these poor people with holes and dirty jeans. They can't tell if they're living on the street or not because it's in style now. Not funny. Take something bad and make it good. Pretty neat. That looks pretty good. Let's just button that right up and pass it. almost like puzzle pieces, huh? So you take pride in what you're sewing and you don't want it to come back. You don't want it to go bad. Do it upright. That's why I'm going to all this effort. I want them to look brand new when the customer gets it. I want them to feel like what they paid was totally worth it, you know? It's just really absorbing this stuff. It's great. Well, I remember I had Earth shoes. I think I had about 2 pair when they first came out. They were funny shoes. My boyfriend had the knee-high boots. It was really funny. They were really expensive, but he just loved them. They were leather boots. And they had the real low heel in the back and the high front. And it was supposed to correct your posture and how you walked and all that stuff. It's like walking uphill all the time. I wonder where those have gone today. I don't even know if they make those anymore. I mean, Earthshoe's still in business, but I haven't seen any of those funny shoes in years that go uphill. That was a real big thing. Boy, if you could afford to get a pair of them, they were so expensive. Oh my gosh. Even the fake ones were expensive. Let's go to Santa Monica Mall and you can get some fake ones too. I had a pair that were like the little Mary Janes. I thought they were just the cutest thing to wear with my uniform when I was in parochial school at St. Monica's. That was the big thing. A lot of girls and guys wore those Earth shoes. And of course, I had the surfer Wallabies. Those were so cool. What comfortable shoes. I don't know, they still make Wallabies anymore. They had the Wallabies, they were the cheap cowhide split suede, and then they had the Koalabees were made out of koala bear or something, or kangaroo or something or other. Those were the ones to have. Boy, those were really expensive, like $200 a pair or something. I did end up getting a pair like that at one point, and boy, they were really nice shoes. And they were stolen from me. Kind of part of life, where you live and who you hang out with. It's usually your best friends that'll steal from you too. It's horrible in California. It's like the most traitor place to live. People I really thought were great friends, and they would just, God, they go to the bathroom in your house and steal stuff out of the bathroom. Steal stuff when you go to the bathroom, you know. I mean, it was really strange. That looks super good. That's a good thing. Okay. And I've got these. These are Earthshoe too, but these are like brand new. These are really right to say. I don't think these have even been worn. These are Earthshoe sandals. I have to glue that back on. See what we got here. conditioned the leather on these the other day. Some of these I think I go ahead and recondition again. If I could just find my Picard, it's like a one-time gig. That's all you need is that Picard. That is the very best. But I've had to do them with neat spit oil and Lexol, which is okay. I just really like Picard. It is the best. And I always order a big giant container of it. Don't even waste your time getting a little bitty thing. I've done that before. It's total waste. Get the biggest one you can from Picard, the company itself, from their website. Because you're going to use it all the time. You'll use it on your car if you have a leather interior. You'll use it on your leather couch if you have a leather couch. Use it on your shoes, your jackets. Oh, this stuff's fantastic. It's really good for saddles. But I just love Picard. Looks pretty good. They look avocado cream, but then they look kind of beige to plastic. I don't know. I might condition them and then go back and clean them with a magic eraser. I don't know. Looks good. Put it on a Spanish can. You don't have to put it on thick. It's real thin. Just put it on as thin as you can. So you can get it coated. Even though the stuff's expensive, it's worth the money. Hopefully you can catch it on sale. Like I say, I got mine for around $20. AutoZone or Advanced Auto. 303 Protectant. And no, they did not sponsor this video. The only reason I don't use Armor All on this is because it will make the shoe slippery and you could fall. This actually reconditions the plastic and rubber. I had a friend of mine call me this morning that broke down and needed a jump. Felt so bad. My car was having a few problems. And I was scared to go over there and jump them off. It's one thing if you got electrical problems, you don't want to jump somebody else's car off. Make their car work. When I was living in Oklahoma for a short time, my flaming red Camaro needed to be jumped. And I got some guy, the snow was up over the top of the car. I had to dig the car out. Literally, it was moguls of snow where you just went out and you couldn't see any cars. And I had to go around looking for a red car, stick my finger in the snow, see if that was my car. And once I got it all uncovered, then my daughter was about 7 or 8 months old back then. And once I got it all uncovered, then I couldn't get it started. And so the guy offered to jump my car, and he reverse jumped the car. What the hell? Then I had serious problems. You know that, or that jump it and reverse the polarity, the negative to the positive, Yeah. Oh, dear. So there you have it. Now she brushes out with some soapy water and then rinse them and shake them off so they'll dry. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I love you. Thanks for hanging out with me. We had to get that job done. 303 protectant for your plastic and rubber and all that good stuff on the shoes to recondition them like they're brand new. It literally absorbs it. Okay? I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Do something kind for a stranger.